communication skills, right? Communication skill class? The 5th class. 4th or 5th? What are the subjects covered so far? What are the subjects covered? Principles of communication. What is that covered in principles of communication? What are the principles of communication? Language part of it. Then? Non-verbal communication. Non-verbal communication. Then what? 3rd class? Skills of communication. What are the skills? Okay. Email, SMS. Then? Importance of? That was first you said. Principles of communication. Again, importance of language. Fine. How to communicate with others? Tips for communicating with others. Okay. So what do you want me to do? Generally people believe that communication means only communicating with others. So I will tell you how to communicate to you. Swayam Atmavidantanam Sukham. How to communicate yourself. Before any communication, there will be a communication within you. The two of them. Yeah. So we will see how that can be done, so that your external communication becomes better. How many of you attended any of my earlier classes? Yeah, what was that? Personality development. Personality development, no? Little bit. Okay. Which class you are in? Both are there, then why communication? We are confident of communicating with people. Communication skill, one of the communication skill is confidence building, right? You are confident, you can come here and talk for 1 hour and sit there. Confident? No, we're not improved. Okay, any other course other than communication, personality development, mind control? Anybody attended mind control and mind management? No, fine. So you have attended personality development and confidence building. Okay. What is the first communication you get in the morning? It's a morning class, right? No?
Good morning.
Who told you good morning?
Sunrise.
Sunrise. That's you should tell good morning to sun, right? No? You can come. There is some seats in the front. Come, madam. You can also come. There is a seat. There are vacant seats. Some seats are reserved who comes late for VIPs. Who communicates to you first? We are talking about communication skill, and that too internal communication. So who communicates to you first in the morning? There is something called before sunrise, somebody calls you in the morning. Who is that? Mother. Yeah, birds, nature, dog. In California, all the hens were killed because they make noise in the morning. After night shift, when you sleep, the birds makes noise. So they were all killed. Don't make noise. It's a big problem for people nowadays. Or the neighbors fighting. There is something called the Brahma Muhurtam in Heard about this? Yeah, Brahma Muhurtam. What happens in Brahma Muhurtam? The Brahma will come and wake you up. Please, Shashikumar, please get up. Brahma will call me in the morning, Shashikumar, it's time, please get up. Is it true? Just 2 hours before sunrise, every day Brahma comes to us. And then what we do? You ask your parents to watch you tomorrow, or somebody to get up at 3 o'clock and then keep watching you from that onwards. What happens exactly at Brahma Muhurtam? Definitely you will pull your bedsheet once. If your hand is on back side, you will take it out, or you will turn one side from left to right, or you will stretch your leg. Something will happen. Because that's the time Brahma calls. But you don't care. Anyway, you have been created. Why to care now? Yeah, daily he comes. Anything which comes daily, you don't have to care. Once in a while he comes, you have to care. So the first communication which you get is from God himself, who created you, and you don't care. So fantastic, right? Communication says you should respond, then only the communication is fulfilled, right? No? But you are not responding. Your body responds, your mind is not responding. Next communication comes from your mother or somebody who calls, it's time for college, please get up. And again you will sleep. What do you do in the morning? The first thing, as soon as you wake up, you will sleep again. As soon as you wake up, what you do? Sleep again. That's called Tushni Bhava. In Sanskrit it is called Tushni Bhava. Tushni means you know what's happening around. The burtan is moving, the washing sound is there, the cleaning sound is there, the door keeps open, the milk fellow comes and delivers, paper fellow is coming, grill door is opening, the next neighbor's window is opening, everything you will know. But you will sleep as if you are not knowing anything. That is called Tushni Bhava. Once Vivekananda said the whole India is in Tushni Bhava. You know something is happening, but you are not worried about the whole world, So is it not true? The worst part in the life is the Tushni Bhava. You know something is happening, but you don't want to listen to that. We know somebody is calling, but we don't know. Let him call 3-4 times, then I will listen. The teacher tells you in the class, no, please listen, please listen. Go on begging. No? Any teacher in the class, please listen, but you don't listen. Everybody is like that. That part is called Tushni Bhava. You don't listen, but you know that you are hearing it, but you are not taking it inside. So the first call is not. When the mother calls you, as if 3-4 times you get beaten up, no. You don't care. Then she has to shout, then okay, you will think what to do. If it is father, just jump out of that. If it is brother, give a kick. As if in the sleep you are kicking him. Right? Brother or sister, what you will do? You just take your hand off and then smash it. Fine, wonderful. Husband or wife, I don't know what to do. Okay, so this happens all the time. So first call, we don't care. First God himself, we don't care. Second, who is considered as God is mother or father or all the relatives, we don't care all of them. Okay, the time is up, you get up. Then what do? You go to the mirror and then see yourself. I am not as tall as Amitabh Bachchan, very bad. I don't have muscles of Salman Khan, very bad. You start communicating yourself, right? No? The confidence building. You build the confidence that I am nothing in this world. I am not great. Some more beard. I have to shave. Stupid. Why it's not growing? Why it's growing? People will think, over whom they are growing, they will see why it's growing. Not growing, they will think why it's not growing. I am black. What should I do to make it white? I am white. What should I do to make it Godrej? Every day we communicate to ourselves. How do you communicate when you want to really communicate to somebody? Everything comes through words, right? No? Or verbal or non-verbal. We have learned both. So you know how to look at people. The son makes a lot of disturbance in the house when I am talking to my guest. I don't care, 1 or 2 times, no problem. Let him put the TV, see, make the sound, no problem. But after some time, start looking like this. He will just run away and go to his study room, open the book and then see, but ear will be here. What's happening next? Right now? So just a look also can communicate things. Not looking also you can communicate things, right now? I don't like somebody, I'll just do like this. Communicates. And non-verbal, what is the simplest example of a non-verbal communication? Expressions. So that means human beings only can communicate. Is it true?
Yes.
Yes, it is. That means again human being or dog, when they like you they move the tails. So dogs also can communicate. And the mosquito also will communicate. That sound tells you that he is going to bite you. Right? Inanimate also. The signal communicates a lot. The red signal. If you don't understand communication, you will have accidents every day in Hyderabad. But the first course is for knowing how the signals are communicating to you. The red signal means stop. Hello means you can push off. No? Red also, if it is 3-8, no problem. You can just go. And green means no. And when you drive also, you switch on and switch off 2-3 times. You know that you are urgent, He has to give you way. In the daytime also, you put on the light and then drive. What does it mean? You please wait, give me way. And everybody puts light on in the morning. They're in a hurry. But you do the same thing if you do in Europe, it's just reverse. You switch on the light, that means you go, I will wait for you. So if somebody learns in Hyderabad and drives in Europe, finished. Right, no? So therefore, your communication has to be understood perfectly by the other fellow, because you also have to get educated. You also have to get educated. But in internal communication, who educates you? Nobody educates you. You learn by yourself how to communicate. And maximum communication happens within us. Maximum communication happens within us. Before I am talking to you, I am thinking inside, right? No? My buddhi says, tell this. And buddhi cannot control the tongue. It is the mind which controls the tongue. Manasa. Manasa will control the tongue. My indriyas, I am doing like this and all that because my mind says do this. And there has to be a relation between what I am talking and the actions which I am showing. All that is essential. Where I should look, where I should not look. All these are being decided by mind. And mind have no knowledge. Only buddhi have knowledge. You have taken my picture automatically. I am useless to you, but still you have taken my picture. When the eye opens, picture is taken. And that is reserved inside this brain. That's the best image processing system. Eye is the best camera available in the world. I am a space scientist. My job is imaging. Image processing is my subject. Basically mathematician. PhD is in mathematics. So what happens? All the pictures are taken, kept inside the brain. When you see me next time, somewhere on the road by mistake, what you will do? Again some more picture will be taken and then you will match. The shirt looks different, some more grey. Why he did not apply Godrej? Or if I apply Godrej, is it the same fellow? Just different, Because the old picture will take, new picture will start matching and there is a matching happens and then tell you this is some information. So how does it happen? All fraction of a second, right now? Because there is a lot of communication which happens between the brain. I will take in image, pass it on to the brain. There is a processing which happens. 50,000 millions of chemical reactions will happen when you open your eye once. That's enough. And then the information goes. Information will go from your brain to mind, and the mind will tell, please talk to him. We have seen him in Ramakrishna but once. Not required. Why? There are so many people coming and giving lectures like this. What stupid? Why does it make a difference? Don't talk to him. Who says this? The first your mind will tell, please talk to him, and the brain will say, don't care, why to waste time? Somebody is waiting for me in Indira Park. That's much more important than this. Right now, what happens? Your buddhi is much more better. It has got sense. Your mind has no sense. It's nonsense. It always thinks nonsense only. And what makes sense? Your buddhi makes sense to that. It's like, keep quiet. So feelings will come out of your mind, manas, and practicability will come from the brain. It will tell, don't do this all the time. It's like a police fellow. It's like, brain is like a police fellow. It has got rules, information, data sets, everything is with him. And it will tell, don't do this only like this. It starts dictating us. And our indriyas are controlled by, indriyas are people, indriyas are controlled by feelings. Then there has to be a judge, when something goes wrong, and that is your Atma. Atma, after some time, it knows. You skipped me and went to Indira Park, but you have not met whom you have to meet. No, we should have talked to him, Who will tell you we should have talked to him? Again, it's not your mind which says, the Atma will tell your mind, no, you have done a mistake. He was a different master, you should have talked to him. Then there will be a lot of contradiction, communication between your mind and Atma all the time. Then the brain will say, doesn't matter, no. How do you know? The time was up, we have given 3 o'clock only and it's 2:55. How do you know that the person will not come and wait for you? And if he comes, it will be another big gara over there. So better to surrender to him than going to Shashikumar. He is anyway useless. So there will be a lot of communication which happens between brain, mind, brain, Atma, all this. You don't know where is it actually. I am showing brain here, mind here and all that. We don't know where is the mind. Very difficult. Therefore, this communication has to be controlled, otherwise you will always feel, I should not have done this. Always this comes to me. No, I should not have told this. I should not have behaved like this. I should have done this. These questions will come. I should have talked to him. I should have spelt. I should have at least shown by way. I am in a hurry. Because you will talk to yourself and then repent for what you have done, what you have not done. This happens most of us. And ultimately, you will feel sick. You will be depressed. You will have conflict. Maximum time you will spend for thinking what to do. And then more than that time you will spend for thinking what you have not done. Why you have done it. And these communications happens internally. Between, you can come in the front, VIPs. The chair is beautiful. So this happens all the time. What happens? There will be internal communication happening and that has to be very, very clean. And for internal communication, your behavior pattern matters. Your behavior patterns defines how do you think. Your personality defines how do you think. We learn so much from what we see, what we hear, what we smell. Nice murchi bhaji. The smell is enough to know that is murchi bhaji in the next room, right? No? Because nose understands things. How that nose communicates? Nose communicates, this is the shape. Now all of you have the shape of murchi bhaji in your mind, right? No? The smell is enough to know the shape. See how communication happens? You see without seeing. You hear without hearing. You think of someone whom you like, the sound is there. Right now, a small piece of clothes, kerchief is enough to remember some people, no? Sankalpam. What is so great in that? That communicates a lot. A small bit of piece of cloth also communicates a lot of things to you. Symbolic communication. It's not verbal, non-verbal. It's internal communication. It gives a feeling, this is my so-and-so, who has given this towel. Therefore it's great. When you see that, there is a feeling which comes inside. Therefore, there is a lot of communication which happens inside, and then why it happens? Because we are human beings. We cannot do as we like, because the brain will communicate to you, don't do this. This communication happens because we gain lot of knowledge and then keeps it inside us through eyes, through ears, through nose, etc., etc. And when we communicate to somebody, either verbally or non-verbally, maximum communication happens with verbal communication, and those words are also by heart sometimes somewhere kept in the dictionary inside the brain, just to take and then put in all that grammar, best grammar available. When you know somebody, you know which tongue is to be used, either mother tongue or other tongue. Right? When I talk to you, I will try to put in Tenglish, Telugu English, which I am not very good. When I go to Kerala, I will use Manglish, Malayalam English. Right now, when somebody asks you on the road which way, go, then you know which way he has to go, how far he has to go, all that's understood. Therefore, we know how to communicate to each fellow, right now? When you want to communicate to a dog, please go, no, dog, the door is there. If you tell the dog, go, will it go? No, you should just go. It goes. So you know how to communicate to animals, to human beings, to people of different culture. You know how to communicate to your boss and how to communicate to your subordinate. Communication is entirely different. No? You know how to communicate to your father, mother, lover, everybody. You know how to communicate things to everyone in the world. Verbal or non-verbal also. The words will be different, the flow will be different, the tone will be different. All that, how do you change this communication pattern? Because there is an internal communication who says, this is so and so, do this. So instruction comes from inside. Instruction comes from inside. And those instructions are very, very important. Otherwise, you will start communicating your subordinate as you are communicating to your boss. And he will become your boss tomorrow. And if you communicate to your boss as you are communicating to subordinate, you never have to communicate to him. You will be out of practice. So both happen. So you have to be very, very careful determining to whom you are communicating and how you are communicating. And that information comes to you from inside. And those information has to come in systematic fashion. I am scolding somebody. Wonderful morning itself. Will it use nice words or bad words? All dictionary we have 101 bad words. Morning I got an SMS. ABC means avoid bad company. DEF means something else. Like go on for up to that they have got something to communicate. It's wonderful. Good. So words, you can also put ABC in some bad words. What dictionary he keeps, and those are the words which comes for any synonym. Expansions will be what depends on what he keeps inside, right? No? Assume that I don't know how to call stupid. When somebody does stupidity, I say, oh Ram, what is that you are doing? Maximum that will be the scolding, right? No? If a person does not have bad words in his dictionary, he will use only Ram. For good things and bad things also. Oh, Ram means, how can I tolerate this? Sort of means. So if you are keeping lot of bad words, then you can scold well, right? No? So a person who scolds well is the worst fellow. Right? Not the person who listens is bad. He is innocent. I am teaching him, the father scolds the son. All the bad words are being taught every day. Thank you. At the end of getting the scolding, thank you, I learned this much. Now I know how to scold people out. No? No, because what you hear only you can tell, no? So if father scolds you, then you know, oh, your father also scolded you a lot. That's why you learned the business of scolding. How do somebody learn things? When they experience, they hear, they understand things, and then they will start propagating. What you have only you can give, What you don't have can give. If you have money, you can give money. If you have love, you can give love. If you don't have love, you cannot give love. And you will become beggar of love. And you will start begging, please love me, please love me. If I have lot of bad words in me, I know how to scold, I will start scolding people. So a person who scolds is the worst fellow. Not that who gets scolded. So when somebody scolds you, you please tell, oh, you have become so bad. I never knew. How come you kept a lot of bad words in you? Who gave you all this? So far, you collected in your life this many bad words. Wonderful, no? So you look at people entirely different now. The people who are listening bad words are not bad. The people who are telling bad words are bad. You will see some bad, ugly things in life. When you look at this picture, you see that the peacock is not drawn very well. Because you have the better picture of a peacock in your mind. Then when you look at things, you will understand different because you have got better picture inside. Assume you don't have better picture, you will believe that is peacock. Right, no? So your eye collects a lot of information and then filters what you get and then decide if it is good or bad. So informations are collected, kept inside and express doubts. Only those informations you have kept it yourself inside your mind. So better words should come, better action should come, better pictures should come, better ideas should come. That's what good communication means, and for which you should keep good things inside you. How do you keep good things? You already kept bad things. What to do with that? What to do with bad things which you have? All the bad words have to be removed. What do you do now? You cannot disconnect all that connections. It's not in your control. And you can decide that you will not, but you don't know when, what time, who talks what. No? When you get irritated, you will start scolding somebody and say, sorry, no, I never meant that. I don't want to tell you that, but it so happened during that time it came out. Because when feelings are too much, buddhi will not work. The feelings are too much, buddhi will not work. When buddhi works too much, feelings will not work. Nelson Mandela told once, your mind and brain, and you cannot have people with both mind and brain working together, he says. Either mind will work or brain will work. Both will not work together. Either manas will work or buddhi will work. You have to compromise between that. I wanted to telephone to my brother who is in Kerala. That's the first feeling which I got, I have not spoke to him for last 1 week. Before that he called me. So this Saturday before he calls, I have to call him on Friday. Then I will think, why, Last STD bill was 2,500 rupees telephone bill. So don't do that. Who says? Your brain says don't do this. Somebody is hospitalized, I have to go and meet him. He is a good friend of mine. He stays in the next flat. He had an accident, he is in hospital, I have to go and meet him. The first feeling comes, As soon as the information comes, I have to go and meet him. Then your brain says, no, don't worry, he will get relieved after 1 week, then he is next door only, we can meet him after that. What is so great? He is anyway in ICU, you are not a doctor, what is to be done? What is the great thing you can do while going and meeting him? Let him come back, then we will meet. Why to spend 10 rupees bus? Or auto rickshaw means it is 40 rupees, half day leave. I have to drop my wife in the office. If I don't drop it, she will drop me. So let the friend go away, no problem. But Krishna, Rama, Govinda, how do you know he will come back after relieving? He has been ever relieved and then went back with visa, finished. Krishna, Rama, Govinda, gone. Now that time onwards you will think, no, I should have gone and meet him. You have no chance in your life next time. Finished, your chance is lost. Because your brain, you are practically very good, but emotionally you have been suppressed. You will never get a chance in your life. All the time when you meet their kids, go beside that house, you will feel no, very bad. When your neighbor's wife comes in front of you, you will start hiding because you have no explanation to say that why you did not go. It happens to all of us. We have to attend a marriage, we will decide why to waste time. No, time management says keep priorities, do only good things, all that. No, so far don't attend marriage. You will lose your friendship, with the society. You have no contact. Next time when you go for marriage, people ask you, why did you come? Right now, because you never attended such programs. Why did you come? And for your marriage, nobody will be there. So this problem comes because we internally start communicating and decide something. And how we should do this? A person is good not from his look, not from his way he dresses up, not from the way he combs his hair, not how many flowers they have worn, not the ornaments which they have on you. Keyuranina bhushayanti purusham harana chandrojvalam nasnanam na kusumam na vilepanam, etc., etc. Keyuranina bhushayanti purusham harana chandrojvalam. Haram is not important. Nasnanam, whether you take bath in the morning or not is not important. Na kusumam, how many flowers you will put is not important. All that is not important. Vak bhushanam bhushanam. Words are important. Vak. Words have to be good. You give good words, people will like you. You use bad words and good flower on the back. Oh, you have told me, scolded me, but doesn't matter, you have nice mala, no? You have dressed up well and then scolded. Will it become better? No. That's what Vivekananda, once he was walking in America street, the youngsters pulled the turban from the back. And then he turned back and asked, what gentleman, why you are pulling my turban? Because he had got a peculiar dress and nobody wants such dresses after that and before that. And this hippie started pulling him, turban, and it worn out. And then he asked, what gentleman, why you are pulling my turban? Then those people asked, you have nice English, but you don't look like a cultured man. Because they thought the way they dress, the culture will be and the words they come out. It's just like that. You never expect a person on the street who does not dress up well talk to you in a nice English, right? So similarly, they thought that Vivekananda is a man on the street and he don't know English. And the good words, fabulous English, he has got a wonderful English. And then Vivekananda answered back, in your land, tailor makes a gentleman, and in our land, culture makes a gentleman. You can nicely dress, nice stitch, nice dresses, a tailor, and you can look like a gentleman. But in India, culture makes a gentleman. We will not assess people by seeing the dress. We will assess people by the behavior pattern. And behavior is what the words which you take. No? And what happens? Earlier, all pujaris were supposed to learn how to communicate. First communication class was given to pujaris because they communicate to God. If they do a mistake, finished, everything is gone. Right now, because you are not communicating directly. Whatever you want to get mark in the examination, you will give him something and ask him on behalf of me, please communicate. Shashi Kumar wants a promotion, so I will go to Tirupati Devasthan. And the Pujari will tell Tirupati Devasthan, so please go to his interview hall and then give some mark, extra mark. And then he has to communicate to God. So for communicating to God, the pujaris are supposed to have sapta shuddhi. You ask any pujari on the road, if they are real pujaris, they will know this sloka. Ask him. If they don't know, ask him to make it. Give my address, let them learn this first. Vak, mana, chakshu, srotra, grada, jihwaredo, buddhyakriti, sankalpaveshu janda. The starting is that. Vak, word, mana. You cannot clean word if your mind is not clean. So clean the mind first, so that words will become clean. Bad words should be removed from that place. How do you remove? Harpik. Put some harpik in it. You can't do that. Because whatever is there in mind comes from eyes. So put some eye drops, clean your eyes so that nice things will see. Clean your ear. It means listen only to good things. Don't see where you are not supposed to see. Hold your eyes. Don't see where you are not supposed to see. Don't hear what you are not supposed to hear. But we always look at where we should not look at. Right now? We will always hear what we should not hear. We will always smell what we should not smell. So therefore what it says is Vak, Mana, Chakshu, Srotra, Grana. Not these Indriyas alone. There is what is called the thinking process. We have not seen many things in this world, but we learn many things because we think on those lines, right? No? We think only on those lines. And we learn many things in this life. Therefore, your thinking process has to be clean. Don't think bad things. The thought process has to be very, very clean. Clean up your thought process so that you will have clean thoughts. Clean thoughts will give clean words, clean ideas. Jihvaredo buddhyadodi. Buddhi has to be very clean. Sankalpam has to be very clean. Have good sankalpam, no bad sankalpams at all. Buddhyadodi sankalpameshu janda. If you do that, then you will become a very clean person. Therefore, whenever you talk something, you mean only that. You will think only that. You don't think something else and then do something else. You will tell something, but inside you are thinking something else. Many times this happens, right? No? Please welcome. No? Somebody will say, please come. No, come inside. You will be thinking, why this wretched fellow has come this time? Why this is given to pujaris? Because he will be chanting Ekajame, 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 Trishastame, Trishastame, Panchajame, Panchajame, Saptajame, 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 Navajame, Navajame, Ekadashame, Triyodashame, etc. etc. But he will be thinking all the time, my wife has to give back me 300 rupees, he has not given the electricity bill is 250 rupees, how do I do this? The words will be something, mind will be going somewhere else. It makes no meaning. Whatever you do, because he himself doesn't know what is this Ekadame, Trishastame and all that stuff. He doesn't know what does it mean, therefore he has no problem. This becomes mechanically going inside, no? Oh, Murguvasmaha, Nena, Muna, Muna, Muna. In the middle he will ask, Muna, Muna. The Gayatri herself must be coming and asking, no? Oh, you are calling Gayatri Devi. No? Om Bhurguvasvahat Tatsavidur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Nuna Nuna Kana. And the Gayatri has to go and in search of for the coin. Stupid people. No concentration in what they are doing. They should have full concentration in what they are doing and don't mix things together. Don't mix things together. One shloka means it has to be over. Then do something else. They will chant and then look at your pocket how much you are giving to. So all this internal communication has to be clean, otherwise what you communicate is not what is inside you. It should be communicated with the feelings. A pujari should get communicated to God with the feelings. You have to talk to anybody with the feelings. Am I doing with the feelings now? If I am not doing with the feeling, I makes no sense to you. Right? You will see the difference. If I am not communicating with the feelings, you will see the difference. You will start looking at your watch. So when somebody talks to somebody, you should have feelings in time. You should learn with the feelings. You should hear with the feelings. If you don't hear with the feelings, it makes no sense to you. That's what the problem is. How many times you must have taken oath that all Indians are my brothers and sisters? 20,000 times, 30,000 times in life. Because from younger age, in all classes, all kilograms, UKG, kilogram onwards you started, you know. But when you walk on the road, do you feel, oh, this is my brother, this is my sister. They are not anyway Pakistanis, they are Indians only, right? You learn all Indians are my brothers and sisters, but you never felt when you sit in the bus, oh, this is my brother. When conductor comes to you, this is my brother. Do you feel? No, why? Because you have not learned it with the feeling. You have not understood. The communication did not get into your atma. Communication did not get into your mind. It just went inside the brain. You by-heart it. By heart is wrong. By-brain it. The new word which I put in. You have by-brain it, you are not by-hearted. Things should go with the feeling so that it will be within you. This class will be remaining inside you because it gives you a feeling. It gives a feeling to you. If it gives only brain, you know what will happen? At the end of the class, somebody will come and tell me, sir, I have some serious things to talk to you. It happens sometime after the class. Communication skill, personality development, mind management, somebody comes in. We'll think that he has understood the whole class and something is very serious he has got and he has to talk to me. Sir, you have a bad grammar. Because his brain, the first thing, where I have to use have, I have used has. That is his problem. Because he learned English somewhere. We also learn English. I take, I'm taking, I've taken, I've been taking, I took, I was taking, I've taken, I've been taking, I shall take, I shall be taking, I shall be taking, I shall be taking. All the 12 sentences by heart like this. Any verb given, it will come like this. Because I taught English after, 20 years, 22 years back. But when feelings comes, words will not come out. If it is in your mother tongue, probably it will happen. But it never comes. What is essentially required, the idea has to get into. But this man thinks all the time, where I can find a mistake, and start thinking only on those lines. And whole class was, how do I present this to this man after the class? Will he run away after the class? Will I get 1 minute to tell this? That is what he thinks all throughout the class. No? Nothing goes inside. Internal communication is not there. Communication with the feeling is not there. Nothing has gone inside. Since he did not understand Sanskrit, he has no mistake. Otherwise, somebody understands Sanskrit, he will tell my Sanskrit is very bad. Right? So we always start internally analyzing, criticizing, judging, comparing. Whatever we hear, we will never listen. What happens? We start analyzing, we start judging, we start comparing. Last communications class was not like this. Why this man is different? The first comparison comes like this. You start judging this man. She is thinking, earlier this class was slightly different, now this is different. How he has improved or not? How he has become very bad from last class? What happens? You start comparing people every time. Yesterday how he is, today how we are. We start criticizing people, but we don't listen. That's what the teachers also say. When the teacher is taking class, you are seeing the sari color, where sari is there, where sari is not there, all that is what you are seeing. And it makes no sense, no mechanics, no electronics, nothing will know, computer science. You have only some other sense only with you. This creates problem. Because what is being told is not what is being heard. What is being heard is not what is being listened. The teacher talks about Tolstoy, you are thinking about Salman Khan. Finished, right? So you must be able to accept, understand, realize the feelings which the speaker has. It's not that easy. Because you are not a magician, you don't know hypnotism. So you cannot understand the mind of the other fellow. Yesterday there was a question. Yesterday evening I had a class on communication skill. I said, sir, sometime when you wanted to somebody allows me, inside the house, welcome. Then you will say, have food. Generally we practice telling, sir, not required. Even though we require, we will say not required. No problem. But internally we feel that we should have said yes. As soon as somebody calls for lunch, go and wash. Where is the wash basin? Go and wash and then sit in the dining table. But I am not able to do that. That is his problem. I said wonderful, because the people who are calling also are bad. They never wanted you to have. They just wanted to pretend that they are offering lunch. They will start offering lunch, but once you say that where is the wash basin, next time onward they will not even entertain you inside the house. So you believe that they are very clean and you start communicating, not necessarily they are clean. So therefore we have bad presumption about the people most of the time. We take people for granted. And sometimes our judgment is too bad. That last person is trying to hide all the time. I don't know why he don't like me. Look good. Then he started hiding. Again he started hiding. I am thinking he is hiding. But actually what happens is the person who sits in front is turning like this. And therefore he wanted to see me all the time. He is hiding like this. So both are playing. Then what did I thought there is one more seat here. Who came late also got the first seat. He came earlier, he got the last seat. Let him give a chance to him. I said, please come and sit here. Until now he was listening properly. Now onwards he lost concentration. You think, why this man is criticizing me? I have not done anything wrong. But when I asked him to come and sit here, he became upset. Actually, he wanted to run away. When the door is open, if the class is bad, he wanted to run away. If I am looking like this, he will run away. But I am looking all the time on the door, so that nobody runs away. Ramakrishna will not allow chappal, because if the class is bad, you don't know what you will do. Somebody will run away from this place. Therefore, actually what happens, I actually wanted him to come and sit in the front. I called him. But with great reluctance he came and sat here. Then onwards he was saying, what is this man doing against me? He will never be able to listen anything. His concentration goes off. I thought good, but he interpreted in entirely different style. I wanted him, he is trying to listen to me so carefully, he wanted to see me carefully, so let him come and sit here so that he can have a better glance. That's what I thought, but he thought in an entirely different style. The next man who sits, why I also paid same amount? Why the master called him only, why not me, no? Is it because he wore black shirt and I wore red shirt? He will start thinking all from that time onwards he will never be able to listen anything in the class. I never meant anything, right? No? With a very cool, calm mind only I said, please come and sit here. He could have also opted, sir, shall I also? He wanted to, but he won't. He will suppress himself. This happens most of the time. We wanted to tell, but we don't. Somebody interprets the words which you use in entirely different style. You never thought about that. He will understand it in entirely different style. This bad communication happens not because of the words which comes out, because internally you are bad. You understood? You are not able to understand, you are able to understand not because Shashikumar is talking bad. I am talking very good only, well done. I will do myself, I have done well. But you are bad, that's why you are not able to understand anything. I can escape like this. Or you understood everything because you are good. You understood what I am trying to say because there is a match between me and you. We match each other. And that's why we are able to understand well. So when somebody is able to understand or listen, not because the words which comes out are fantastic, but because you are good. Internally you are able to analyze it well. So if you wanted to listen perfectly, what is to be done? You have to clean your ears, clean your mind so that you will think here. When you are sitting here, you will not think something else. Right? No? If you are sitting here and thinking somewhere else, what happens? You will not be able to understand it. So a perceiver, a listener is called a perceiver. Perceive the way the perceiver like to perceive and not the way the speaker wants the perceiver to perceive. A perceiver perceives the way the perceiver wanted to perceive and not the way the speaker wants the perceiver to perceive. You will understand only in the style you wanted to understand. So what Lord Krishna says, never give a chance for you to say, oh, I should not have done this. I should have listened. I should not have wasted my time. I should have kept my mind open. Let your mind become reflections. Just take the picture as it is. Don't make it convex or concave. Don't reduce intensity or increase intensity. Just keep it plain mirror. As if he says, realize it. If you did not understand, ask again. Repeat it. Take the meaning as it is. Don't try to interpret on the meanings. Just plain, understand plain, very clean. Don't exaggerate, don't interpolate, don't extrapolate, don't do anything on that. Just take it as it is and then try to understand. That is darpana samanam. Manas has to be manam darpana samanam. Mind has to be darpana, a mirror. Nice mirror. Don't try to make it reflections of different patterns. No. Take it as it is. And then your Atma and mind should become closest, so that never you get a chance for thinking that, oh, I should not have thought about like this. I should not have done this. I should have done this. When it will happen, your Atma and mind becomes closest friends. Uddharet atmanatmanam atmanam avasadhayet atmaiva hyatmano bandhu atmaiva ripuratmanaha. Your mind is the enemy to your Atma. Your mind is the friend to your Atma. If you make your mind closest to you, that means your police is close to the judge. The judge will never tell, you should have done this. You should not have done this. That's what judge does, no? So judge will never get a chance. He will say, what you have done is right. So night, you will not have bad dreams. Otherwise, you do something. You wanted to eat mirchi bhaji, but brain says don't eat. Night dreams will come. Okay? And night while sleeping. Why it happens? Because your feelings you could not suppress. Assume that your feelings you suppress. Not suppressing, your feelings should not come. The buddhi must teach your mind, telling that it is not good, so don't have taste. You must tell it is not having taste, so that you don't, prompting eating will not happen. Will it happen? If it does not happen, then you are clean. If your prompting happens and buddhi says don't eat with all the logic, the 1 inch tongue, you cannot stop, it waters all the time. And then 36 feet, after eating it has to go 36 feet before pushing it out. Whole body, inside the stomach it will start burning, acidity will come. Adrenaline will come, you will have problem. So therefore, either you control here or decide you will suffer. Somewhere you have to balance. Who will decide? Your brain will decide. If brain decides, you will never eat. Then you will never have feelings. Chocolate also somebody gives, you will start thinking what are the ingredients inside that. You cannot taste anything. So somewhere you have to balance. Not that you will surrender to your feeling, not that you will surrender to your brain. You should somewhere balance. How this balance will come? With experience. Assess before taking something. Take a deep breath and think, what should I do? Ask internally, talk internally. Mahatma Gandhi was a person who decides only after talking internally. In the meetings also he never shouts, he never talks. He will just go into meditation and he will say, okay, this is what I am going to do. Sometimes more political party people around him used to fight against him. He says, no, if you are doing, you do, I will be out. Because he talks to him, and whatever he does, whether 100 people are against that, he has no problem. Because he has decided internally, this is what is right, and that only he will do. So sometimes talking to you, reaffirming to you, paraphrasing what you said inside, and then decide what you have to do, filter it, analyze it, grind it well, make it in the essence, and then keep yourself, I am going to do this. So the internal affirmation is very, very essential by talking to yourself. Okay? With the feelings. When you talk to somebody, talk with the feelings. Give attachment to your words. Don't get detached. I told this. That means there is a value added to that I. Okay? If you don't, what will happen when you get scolding somebody 100 times I told you, you will tell. You never told 100 times. Only once you told. Because when you get feelings more attached, the brain will not work. Number system will not come. You don't even remember how many times you told. Okay? So communication has to be very, very clean. Internally you have to be very clean. For this you should have good satsang, good people, good practice. If you hear bad words will come. If you meet with the people who scold every day, you will also become a scolder tomorrow. If you meet with the people who are fighting every day, you will also start fighting. Assume that you are in a world you don't fight, you will never know how to fight. Okay, so the company with which you are communicating matters a lot. That gives you behaviorism, and that puts your constitution, and along your constitution you start working. Your personality changes according to the situations where you are living. So internal communication should happen better, externally people should be better with you. So given a good environment, you will become better. So try to talk to people who are smooth, nice. Those who are scolding, please avoid. So that you will never listen to scolding in your life, you will never get bad words in your life. Okay, so these are some tips for internal communication. Now we have got 3 minutes, you can ask one of the questions. Any questions? No questions. Now you are somewhere on the top. Close your eyes. Stretch your hands as you want. Stretch your hands as you want. Rub your eyes once. Rub your eyes once. Now you start thinking, what did I say? Clean, go on. Forget everything. After the class you should never remember what I said. Forget everything, right? Have a nice breakfast. Go and fight with people whom you want to fight today. Finish up. Have a nice dinner. Sleep well. Get all bad dreams. Tomorrow morning, don't listen to Brahma. Don't listen to Mother. Don't do anything. But after a week, whatever I spoke to you, if something keeps in your mind, then my communication is worth. As soon as you go out, you start deciding, yeah, he told me something, I am going to change now. It makes no meaning. Many people do that. And after a week, you will forget. But people who listen to me get back to me after 6 months sometimes. I get mail from Ramakrishna about morning classes, evening classes, people who attended my personality development after 2-3 years, See, sir, you spoke to me this during that time. Now I remember that. Fantastic. We'll be so happy. We get some few mails soon after the class. That makes I ignore that. But if somebody writes, I attended your class in last March, and then now I realized what did you say, it means something. You keep something in you only if it is worth. Otherwise you keep it for some time. Your bus tickets you will keep it for some more time. And then as you go back home you will throw it. But you will keep up to reaching up to your house, right now? Whatever we speak, if you keep it until you reach back home, it has no meaning. You will throw it in dustbin. But assume you keep it somewhere safe and you take it out after some time and see, okay, fantastic. That means it's worth something. Okay? So, no questions? My address. That's the best communication. You should know what to communicate. Just air it on the road.